Hello, everyone. Now, I'm going to get you to know the story a little bit better. Our Bible passage / sermon comes from the 2 Kings chapter 14, verses 1 through 22, and it also comes from 2 Chronicles chapter 25, verses 1 through 28. And our Bible truth for this next week's sermon of July 6th is Amaziah's failure to completely do right in God's sight resulted in his defeat and eventual death. And our life application for our next week's sermon of week of July 6th is I will encourage my friends to do right and remind them of the consequences of doing wrong. All right, so our next sermon of week of July 6th is about Jehoash and Amaziah. And also the unnamed prophet. From the time Saul became the first king of Israel and 1049, a series of mostly poor and bad kings ruled over Israel and later Judah. As the 9th king of Judah, Amaziah succeeded his father Joash, who was, for the most part, a good king. However, two of Joash's servants conspired against him and assassinated them. So Amaziah began his rule by executing those who murdered his father. Amaziah's name means the strength of the Lord, and he reigned for 29 years. At the start of his reign, he continued as his father and did what was right in the Lord's sight. He was a great administrator and built up his military power. He went into a battle in the Valley of Salt against 10,000. After he was victorious over the Edomites, he became fascinated with their worship of the sun. They worshipped by burning incense upon altars. Amaziah brought the idols of Edomites to Judah to be his gods, and bowed down before them. Amaziah became overconfident after this victory over Edom, ignoring a warning by an unnamed prophet. Amaziah declared war on King Jehoash of Israel. Israel routed Judah and captured Amaziah. King Jehoash looted the temple and temple and palace, and returned to Samaria with hostages, gold, and silver. Amaziah spent time as a prisoner in Samaria for the rest of Jehoash's reign. He returned to Judah and lived another 15 years. But he lost his prestige, abandoned the worship of God, and devoted himself to idolatry. The people turned against him and planted an overthrow. Amaziah fled to Lachish, but was tracked, found, and put to death there. His body was returned and buried in Jerusalem. Amaziah suffered the consequences of bad decisions and actions. He abandoned God, and God abandoned Amaziah.